Well, guys, welcome back. It's been a long time since we've recorded our last episode. I'm very glad to be back here today. I am joined with Kather Krutzinger, Titus Mallory, and Maverick Savage. Say hi, guys.
Wow.
Hi.
We're very excited to be here. We've been waiting to record for a pretty good while now, but I'm really excited to get back into it. I don't know if you guys are excited, but I am. Kather, what are your thoughts? Are you excited?
I am what they call ecstatic,
Elated.
intrigued.
Yeah?
Those are all SAT words.
Yes.
That's the end of
Did you guys just got back from your SAT tests or just AP
No,
tests?
AP test.
AP
I took my
test?
AP economics test today.
And
How did that go? Oh, I'll ask you next, Maverick.
Wow.
How did that go?
Well, I felt pretty okay on the first part, but then we got to the second question and I went, I was
And the
sick,
test
yeah.
was only 2 questions.
Yeah. So, Kather ain't getting a 3 today, ladies.
Maverick, you took.
I took my
your
AP
test?
World exam.
How did that go?
It was fine. I don't like the prompt, but it's okay.
Well, you're not allowed to say your prompt. are
Yeah,
you?
that's illegal.
Right. My bad. So sorry.
Yeah.
Titus, did you take any fancy tests today?
No, I had the opportunity to take my AP bio test. However, I am awful at biology, come to find out, this year. And I had only taken the class just so I could go on the Fossil Rim field trip.
Didn't you want to be a biology teacher?
Yeah, yes. I did want to be a biology teacher, and that, I guess I was good at freshman biology. Maybe I was, yeah. So
That changed.
yes, it did change. But yeah, didn't take any fancy
Didn't
tests.
take any tests.
No.
I already took my. It was my only AP test. I took it later last week. It was my A-push test. I feel all right on it. There's pretty much nothing really interesting. I just sat at home and I typed up my little essay and I copied and pasted into the little text entry thing, and that was really it.
Yeah, but a lot of people they've been having so many troubles with the tests.
I've heard.
online.
Jenna couldn't turn hers in.
Neither could London.
Yeah, I saw her TikTok.
Yes.
See, they got sued over it.
Seriously?
There's a class action lawsuit against AP and College Board because of the online tests not working.
That's insane.
We love.
Yeah, that's the only bad part about like the online testing is that something can always go wrong, and since it's timed, it's like if you don't submit it in the time limit, then you have to reschedule and take it again. So it's
And they-
really inconvenient.
What they did after the first week when they realized they completely messed up, they said, well, you can, after the test, you can just email us your responses. But they said that after the first week. So anyone who took a test during the first week and couldn't submit, they have to retake the test entirely.
Bruh.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky that I turned mine in. Everyone that took the A-push test in our group chat, everyone seemed to be fine on it, but then I started hearing about a bunch of other stories of people not being able to submit it, and I got really worried, and I wanted to double check it, but of course they wouldn't let you go back, and I was scared that they would be like, yeah, you turned it in, but that I didn't.
I mean, there's so many problems with this year.
Yeah.
And if you're an international AP student, you have to take your test at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock in the morning. A.M., ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to wake up and go, I want to do biology at 1 o'clock?
Not Titus.
Because he's...
Yeah, just in case you forgot about that, I'm bad at biology. Thank you.
That's funny. I want to kind of divert from the AP topic, and I just want to comment on driving really quick because I had a very bad time heading back home from getting myself some lunch. The road was backed up so far, and I want to talk about pet peeves on the road. My biggest pet peeve is when people don't use their turn signal.
Oh, yes.
I agree with that one.
I
I was following Kather here, and at the beginning.
At some point, I didn't care anymore.
Yeah,
But we
you
were
said-
on a residential street, and there was nobody around.
Yeah, well,
I did it for Maverick because
so
I
I
was
knew
behind
where
him.
to go.
But And then he went, I'm Maverick, and he turned on his signal too, and that's the end of the story.
I don't know why, but I was stuck on the service road, and you know how they have the left lane closed by that bridge right by my house?
Yeah.
So that means that the people who sped past us in the left lane now have to merge into the right lane, but they're just stuck because the right lane is completely full. So a guy a couple cars in front of me, I just watched as like 2 or 3 cars just whipped into the right lane without turning their turn signal on at all. And heading here, I had even more people I was watching just swerve into other lanes and merge onto the interstate without even using a turn signal. And it bothers me so much because I feel like I'm the only one on the road that uses it. That's all. It just makes me mad.
Like on my drive here from Denton, I was driving, and this guy, okay, so let me just set up the scene. I'm driving, and the person in front of me is driving because we're on the road, and the guy in the other lane, he just whizzes right into my lane without using his turn signal, and please don't make fun of me, thank you.
Right, of course.
And
Right, sorry.
and lucky me, I don't have road rage, so I didn't get upset. But I will say I was very shaken by the sudden shift in laneage, and I was like, if
Yes,
only
yes.
he would use his turn signal. And that
He
is
didn't.
yeah, he just
Wow,
didn't.
that is something else,
I
Titus.
know.
Yeah, Maverick, do you have any pet peeves on the road?
No.
No, nothing upsets you.
Well, I mean the turn signals.
The turn
too.
signals.
Yeah.
Is that the main one for everyone?
I think.
I
so.
think
Well-
mine would be when I see people texting and driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really,
I always get mad at them
because
for
they're
that.
always like, "Oh, I'm clever. Watch," and they hide their phone, but like their face is
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
And they're going like
this.
Oh wait.
Like a part of me wants to crash into them just so then they think that it's their fault and then they learn their lesson.
That's what you
Titus
do.
goes,
So you break
"Ugh."
early, and then they run into you. And since they hit you from the behind, you win.
Yeah,
The
Exactly.
boss-
Exactly.
That's it. That's
You
it.
win.
It's really
So
clever.
hear that. Listen
yeah.
to that, ladies and gentlemen. If you see someone texting and driving, just ram right into them. Don't even
Teach
think
them a
about it.
lesson.
Just swerve into their car.
Yeah.
We condone murder.
Don't no don't
No, we
actually.
don't.
No,
We-
no,
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 we don't.
We don't,
Lesson
guys.
learning.
That's
Right.
good stuff. Yeah, I don't like seeing people text and drive either. What bothers me the most is not only when they're texting and driving, but when they're texting with 2 hands and they don't even have a hand on the wheel. I've ridden in a couple cars where they've just been driving and they will like hold their steering wheel like with their legs just to keep it straight.
The good old
The
knee.
knee.
A father's class.
It is a father.
That is-
I think all
my
dads
dad
do
my
that.
dad does that.
I
yeah.
actually thought of a pet peeve. It's like when people drive under the speed limit.
Oh, like too slow?
I can't deal with
Okay,
that.
well, some people might be new to the area and they don't know where they're going, so they want to take their time in driving and,
You can go the speed limit unless it's raining. That's the only excuse you have, or fog.
well, that is your pet peeve and I'll respect that.
Thank you.
Yes, Titus?
Well, I just thought of one. So, the other day when I was in Denton, I was driving with my sister and we were going to go to the animal shelter to go adopt a dog or something.
Did you?
No.
Oh,
You were
okay,
gonna
continue.
adopt Okay, yeah, go, please.
Yeah, a dog.
Okay, yes, I know
Like
what a
the-
dog is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Woof woof, rough,
Exactly.
and then it pees
That-
in your house.
That dog.
Yeah.
My
Anywho,
dog doesn't pee in.
Your dog doesn't pee?
Yeah, he just
I'd get that
doesn't
checked
pee.
out,
How
Maverick.
abnormal.
Anywho, so I'm driving with my sister, and then we turn this one corner, and we're just driving, and then this guy comes behind us, and he starts honking, and we're like, oh, that's so weird. And so we're like, oh, maybe he just wants to pass us. So we switch lanes, and he switches lanes too, and keeps honking, and I'm like, this is so weird. And so I look back, and then he's flipping us off. And I'm like, that is so weird because I have no idea why he would be flipping us off. And so we're like, okay, just ignore it. And so he switches lanes and then he starts going the same speed as us and he's looking over and he's flipping us off and I'm like, okay. So I give him the thumbs down and my sister puts my hand down and she's like, don't do that. And I go, oh, okay. And anywho, so we keep doing that for about like 5 minutes or so. And eventually we're like, okay, just turn here. And we turn and then he keeps driving. But that story leads to the pet peeve of road rage that I just don't understand. Because why was he upset? We didn't do anything.
People get very angry on the road,
Yeah.
and most of the time it doesn't go well. Yeah, I get that. I haven't had an experience where someone is like actively mad at me on the road yet. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. I'm worried that that's gonna happen because you know how like you can't say anything to them, and if like you accidentally like you miss your turn, you're like, oh, and you swerve into the next lane, and then the guy's mad at you and you're like, I'm so sorry.
And then he shoots you.
Oh.
Well, I mean, road rage leads
Wow.
to high.
That's so weird.
It's a high cause of gun death. You know, in this great state of Texas.
Right, yeah.
But speaking of road stories, I do have one that is quite good stuff.
Tell us.
So it was like in the summer last year when I first had my license, and then I was driving to Fort Worth, and I got off, and I was like heading to like Montgomery Plaza or something like that, I don't know. But I got off, and I didn't know this access road was 2 lanes. Like, it wasn't a one-way access road, right? So I get on, and I'm in the left lane, which is actually the wrong way. And I pull up at a light, and there's this guy that's next to me trying to turn, and I'm also trying to turn. And he's, like, waving at me, and he's like, bruh, you were in the wrong lane. And I didn't roll in my window because I said, what's happening? And so I just gave him a thumbs up, and I was like, okay. And then I didn't think about it because he had a bumper sticker that said Vietnam veteran, and I said maybe he just has mental issues. Of course. And I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why he's waving at me. But then when I got home, my mom and dad were like, you are dumb. And they're like, it's a 2-way, and did you not see the yellow stripes? I was like, no, but it's okay. No one came my direction, so.
Well, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, thanks.
That could have went a lot worse than how it turned out. Moving on from driving.
From Maverick.
Hey, I've done good everything else, so.
You saw a yellow line and you went, no, it's okay.
That's in the past now.
Okay.
Anyway,
Let's move on.
I'd like to move on to plans for the future. Cather and Titus here are graduating seniors moving on to college, and I'd like to talk about your thoughts on the future. Cather?
That's
Kate-
UNT.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cather. Thank you.
As many of you may know, I'm in line to be the CEO of Apple.
Yes.
Very true.
Correct.
And so I am going to UNT, and I'm studying logistics and supply chain management. It's really it's a up and coming field, and really lots of promise and potential for many
much promise.
of the worlds,
Business
worlds. And that will land me the CEO of Apple.
Yes.
You know, Tim Cook himself said he is my next in line.
He sent you an email the other day, right?
He did.
Right.
He did.
Yeah.
He said, "Wow, you are good. You're hired
That's
later." He said, "We have a contract where I get hired in 20
I believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Me too, because I've seen it.
You've seen the email.
Yes.
Oh,
He's
wow.
quite proud of it.
That's
That is
very
good.
good. That's very
Not
good.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim is just, he's
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 just-
lining up the future.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Titus, where are you going to college?
So
What are your
I'm-
plans?
I'm going to T-Dubs. That's TW, if you didn't know. So sorry. And I'm going into theater education to become a theater teacher, not biology teacher. I don't know.
That's
I've always
changed.
just felt like, I don't know, my place was just in a school. And yeah. Anywho, I don't have any cool emails from
Future school
Yeah.
jobs.
So that's that.
Interesting. I gotcha. Maverick, do you have any plans?
I'm not going to college because I am a sophomore.
Well, no, I know, but like, do you have any plans for when you do go to college?
No, not really. I should kind of figure that out, but it's okay.
I mean, you still have time.
I mean, you're right.
Well, I just wanted to. Well, okay. So I had this dream that Maverick became a film major, and that was it. Thank you.
Where did I go to school?
I don't know, but in the dream, you were talking to me about some film, and you were saying all these things,
Never mind.
About the film.
About the
and I was like, okay. But it's funny because I think film majors are very annoying because, see, as someone who doesn't
Thanks.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
well, no.
Wow, dream.
Okay,
Maverick.
let me explain. Just as someone who doesn't like critique movies, I just like to go to watch movies just to enjoy them, you know? And there's always that person, Maverick, who is like, oh, well, that movie was so predictable. Oh, well, that's just a
He
stupid.
comments on the lighting and how,
Yes.
how each scene doesn't really flow that well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
transitions.
Okay.
Like when we went to go see Onward.
I knew you were gonna bring up Onward.
And we're all like, wow, that was such a good movie.
like-
And he's like,
No, it's not.
He
Yeah.
really dissed on it. And
It-
it's such a good movie.
It was just okay. I mean, Pixar is like they're supposed to be the best at animated movies, and that was not the best.
I will admit they've had some mess ups.
Yeah.
You know, Cars 2 was
Okay.
something that
Hot take.
exists.
I like Cars too.
So do I.
Oh,
I like Cars
wow.
too.
So
Wow.
you
Up top,
two,
up top, Maverick.
you are
Yeah.
bad at reviewing.
We high five just so
Yeah,
you
we
know.
just high five.
So
I'm pretty sure they
new
heard.
new take. Maverick will not be a film major.
Well, I'm glad we decided that. That door
Wow.
closed.
It's opened and closed within the span of a minute. Good.
That's good stuff. I have a rough idea as to what I want to do later on. I hope. Yes, Maverick.
No. Keep going.
I definitely know I want to go into the medical field. I'd like to be I have two jobs that I really hope to get. I would like to be an anesthesiologist,
That's what I was gonna.
or what'd you say, Titus?
Oh, I was saying
anesthesiologist.
Anesthesiologist. That's my main one. And if I decide that's something that I don't feel like doing, then I would like to be a pediatrician instead, which are very two like polar opposite jobs in that field, because one of them is like high stress, high risk, and the other is like
children.
okay. And the other one isn't as stressful. So that's, I kind of have like my back door. Pediatrician will be my back door in case anesthesia doesn't work out.
Well,
because
just
also,
look at him with his future all planned out.
well, I mean, yeah, that's just, it's not like, I have a rough idea as to what colleges I'd like to go to, but I still have no idea, like, I don't have that one where I'm like, yes, that's where I want to go. That's where I'm going to go. I have one in mind. I'd really like to go to Southwestern University. It's
That's
out,
in Georgetown.
yeah, it's out in Georgetown. They have an excellent fine arts program, and they have some really interesting medical labs that I would like to look at while touring, if I'm allowed to tour anytime this summer, given the current circumstances. Yes, Maverick?
Coronavirus.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, that's it.
Cardi B.
That's me.
That's him. That's him. Yeah, but that's what I have planned so far. But I don't know. If I could, I would really like to go into acting, into like film, because I wanna be like in a movie or in a TV show.
It's
But
just a really hard field to get into.
it is. That's why I'm not
Thank
really.
you for your
pursuing-
input, Maverick.
Well,
Thanks for crushing his dreams.
I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
No,
I've-
I'm just
I've-
okay.
No, Maverick, you're fine. I've already kind of realized that. That's why I'm not a theater major. I'm just going into the medical field because it really interests me. Like taking medical classes, I've always tended to pay more attention in those classes, because the learning about like the treatments and how they work and how we're able to like fix these seemingly horrible injuries on people. It's just amazing to me, and I like to know about what goes in behind that, you know, and how we do those things. It's really interesting. Yeah. Okay, so we are all four of us here are in theater, and now I have a question, and I would like to start with Maverick this time.
Wow. Well.
Maverick, what is one of your favorite experiences of being in theater so far? If you need time to think, someone else can go.
My favorite experience in theater so far. Riley, that is a difficult one since there's a lot. But I'm thinking of so many right now, and I don't know what to talk about. But I think one that I really like is it was during strike of Into the Woods, and we, Titus and Kather, were working like we should.
Yes.
Working like dogs, I might say.
Yes. No one else did anything except for us. But other than that, we were taking a little break from working, and we said, "Hey, let's go up to the catwalk." And then, because I've never been there, and I think Kather's been up there. I don't remember.
Yeah, I've been up there.
See,
I was up
I
there.
have not
catwalk.
been up there before, and then so it was terrifying because we were in the same hallway
Oh my god.
as Skins and Dassinger, and we ran into the door that has the ladder up to the catwalk in the theater hallway, and we just stood there in the dark, and we climbed this ladder and just like pitch black up to here. But then we made it up there and we took a picture and it was funny.
That's fun.
But the scary part was when we came down.
So we came down the other side.
Yes, that is
The door nobody ever uses.
Yeah,
So we were sketched out by that because we didn't know if there's
And
a
then
reason.
when we all got down there, all we hear is this knocking on the door, and we're like, "Oh crap, who's at the door?" We thought it was Dassinger, so we just stood there quiet. But then we found out it was Claire, so it was okay.
Yeah,
But-
she was trying to tell us the coast was clear.
Yeah, literally.
Why she didn't call us?
Heart attack.
Yeah, we were terrified.
You know, because we were in the dark, we were like, ha ha ha, and then we just go,
and we just
go silent.
I think even one
My
of us.
heart was raised.
I think one of us started to climb back up even, and we were just gonna exit the other side.
Not to mention that the ladder on the other side was attached to the wall, like with just rope.
Yeah, there was a rope holding the top, and we were like, what?
Alito
that's-
Theater, quality safety. That's all I have to say. Safety first.
Yeah. Titus, is that one of your favorite theater experiences as well?
One of my favorite.
What's another fun story that you have?
There are just so many stories.
Yeah.
I can tell you the one that is very enjoyable.
Yes, please do.
Well, it was just it was this year actually, or last year really. Yeah, it was last year Christmas time, and the officers.
Do you mean like last school year or like as in 2019?
It was 2019 Christmas, 2019 time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anywho, it was after the Christmas party, and a couple of people, we stayed after we cleaned up and everything, and we played sardines in the auditorium in the dark, and
Yes.
it was such
I
a
remember
fun
that.
time because none of us wanted to go home quite yet, and it was just so fun playing sardines, and there were some interesting spots that people hid in.
Yeah. Like Jenna, I'm calling out Jenna for like hiding in just the smallest places.
Yeah. But of course, I mean, Jenna is rather small, so leave it up to her to
hide
slither
in small
in
places.
places.
It's a slither.
Oh, well.
Jenna's not a snake. I should have just said, I don't know, hide? Sure, yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah,
No,
that's a good thing.
yeah, that's fun. Kather?
Oh, there's so many.
There
I'm-
is. There is.
I mean, you know, theater is just such a great place most of the time for most of the things. There are the moments where we hate everything. But I'll go back to my sophomore year.
Oh, what a time.
Yeah, sophomore year productions class, and it was after one act and all that, And me, Titus, James, and Hunter, who were seniors at the time, we just, at one point, everyone was in the hallway, and we just decided, all right, we're going to go put on a show.
Oh, no. This was during Big Fish time.
Was it during Big Fish time?
Yeah, because it was Show Shirt Friday.
Oh, yes. Yes, Titus, yes. And so we just went outside, and at first we did a weird ghost story. That didn't really work. And so we came back into the room, and we went, okay, we'll just go outside and wing it. And so we went outside, and we did the first on-the-spot theater. Yes.
Yes, we hear lots about
and
that.
on-the-spot theater
Classic.
was our classic improv troupe, and we did the first train sketch.
Murder on a Train.
Yeah,
Or Murder
really.
Mystery. You got it.
We never got a title for it.
No.
Because it was on the spot. And so we did that, and that was just such a fun time.
Yeah, that sounds like a good time.
And I might say, in the little in the little skit thing, I was a school teacher, so there you go.
the prophecy.
That.
The prophecy.
Foreshadow.
That's good stuff. That's good. One of mine. Oh man, there's a like everyone said here. There's a lot to choose from. I will say, I love traveling for one act.
Oh,
That's
yes.
probably my favorite thing to do in theater. Probably one of my favorite memories. It's one of the more like simpler ones, but it's just getting off of the bus and going into our hotel room for like the first time after like, a several hour long bus ride, and we hook up our Nintendo Switch to the TV and
First thing we do.
yeah.
We go into a hotel. We don't unpack. We
And
just
we
go-
lock
we
the
set-
door.
Yeah, we set our bags down, we lock the door, and we hook up our Switch to the TV, and we play Smash Bros. And we just kind of lock ourselves away from everyone because we've been on the bus with them forever, and we just want to sit there and just,
Smash.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I enjoy that. That's probably one of my favorite times. Just, and I know it's not one of those elaborate, we were doing this here and we improvised this. It's just a
Way to call out.
no, I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying it's one of the just simpler moments that I've really come to enjoy. And we did the same thing. Maverick wasn't in one act last year, but he was.
It's just
he was,
how it happens.
Yeah, it's all right. But me, Titus, and Cather, that was also the first thing that we did last year, if I remember correctly. So
After waiting 2 hours on the bus for Skinner to do the hotel keys.
Yes.
that part also takes a long time. When we pull into the hotel and we have to get our room keys and we have to sit there and wait, and sometimes the bus driver turns the AC off and we're just burning up in the bus, and we have to ask them to turn the AC back on. That's funny. But yeah, that's probably one of my.
Can I put a prompt out there?
Yes.
What is y'all's worst theater memory?
Worst theater memory? Oh man. Let's see. Well, if anyone already has something, you can go ahead.
I think Maverick has something.
No, I
There's-
think Riley got it.
There's not necessarily that one where I'm like, oh man, that was the worst. There's a lot of times when when I make a joke and it does not land at all, and everyone just kind of looks at me.
Oh, I love those. Those are hilarious.
The fact that it doesn't land and people just like look at me, that's funny. But I remember like when I was a sophomore and I would tell a joke and everyone would just kind of look at me, I was like, that is the worst. I was like, that is the worst. Yes. And then, I didn't really.
I'm a sophomore.
You were a freshman when?
And
Last
you're a freshman at one point in time? Okay,
Good
back
one.
to your story, Riley. Thank you.
I didn't mind the freshman bit. I thought it was funny. It was probably like
Until
one of,
Dassinger started
He still does it, and it makes me laugh.
Oh,
So old tar. Yeah, but I don't know. It's probably just my early days of like theater productions. I say that like I've been doing theater forever, but I mean, like, you know, the first days of school for my sophomore year doing productions, it was really nerve-wracking to me as well, because I was very, not like intimidated, but like I really respected the upperclassmen because they were so good in my eyes, and I was just really nervous around them because I hadn't spoken to them before, except like after a show where I'm just like, oh, you did so good, you know? That's really it. But yeah, probably just the nerves of joining productions.
I have thought of one, and
Go ahead.
it is the most painful memory I have ever had in theater. And it was the day of singing Valentine's this year. So, like, you know, all day long we were running around and we were singing Valentine's to the people. Yeah. So we're super tired. And then we have rehearsal at the end of the day, and we have to make these statues.
Oh, yes.
For our one act this year, because we have this like graveyard and there's statues, blah blah blah. And so how they decided to do the statues was wrap us and like plastic wrap in our, like, we had these like poses that we had to make, and so my pose was like I was ready to like sprint like a race or whatever, so I was like hunched over with my hands ready and like my back leg kicked back, and so I had to hold that position for like 2 hours. And once they fully wrapped you, then they had to cut you out of it. And so eventually my whole entire body was violently shaking from holding myself up. And since you're like mummified, the heat cannot escape your body.
No.
And you're just trapped in this swamp of your own sweat, and you're just like dripping. And after that, it felt like I took a shower after they finally cut me out of that, but not in
Not a
water.
good one.
Not a good shower. I don't like that memory. Thanks. That's all.
That's another good one. Yeah.
a good one.
I mean, a good story to tell
Right,
about. I didn't enjoy that either. I mean, of course, it was
Now
necessary.
Titus, he got it easy. He got to sit on his knees, but
Yeah.
he did look quite funny with his wrapped
Okay.
body. That's all. Do you have something, Titus?
Yeah. Okay, so it was my sophomore year. And we were it was one act season, and if you know anything about Alito Theater, we try to maintain this professional look, and we have
Respect, yeah.
Yeah.
Code of conduct.
Yeah, like walking down the hallways, we always have to have our hands behind our back.
This is a competition, not like
Yes, yeah. Not at school. That's silly. Haha. Oh, and we're not supposed to talk really, but if someone talks to us, then we respond, and we end with like thank you or, you know, whatever respectful
polite.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywho, so I can't remember. Was it? Do you know what story? I should keep. Hold on. Okay, so we were.
Are you talking about the
dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that before we competed or after?
That was after.
Okay, so we had just performed The Little Prince, and we were standing in the hallway waiting for the contest manager to tell us to move our stuff in the box. And so as we stood there with our hands behind our back, these competing schools were passing by.
Oh, I've
and
heard this story.
you've probably heard it. And they were just telling us, they were saying, you guys did such a good job. And we were like, thank you. They said, I just really liked your show. Thank you. And just everything they said to us, we responded with thank you. And eventually you could hear them whisper amongst themselves, oh my gosh, they're like dogs. Watch this. You guys were so good. And, you know, we would say thank you. And it hurt, but it was kind of funny because it's like you don't want to respond, but also you have to. And so that is that. That is the story. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
He's like a
Dog.
dog.
Thank you. Kather, does anything come to mind?
If you know, you know. You know. You know.
That is
2020,
fact.
and you know. If you know, you know.
Oh, I know.
Oh, we
Oh.
know.
We no.
Yeah, perfect. Good job. End of story.
That was a
Okay.
great one. I love that one.
That really brought me back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Oh man,
Like,
I
back
remember-
into horrible times because it was a
that was a
bad,
bad, such a bad time. That was
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, this brings up the next question. If you didn't do theater, do you think right now you would be the same person?
Absolutely not.
No,
Titus would
at
not
all.
talk to anyone ever if he did theater.
Wow.
Well, okay, well, he's not wrong.
Thank you.
Before I joined theater,
He was friends with a librarian
Oh my gosh.
who was a smoker.
It's true.
Okay. She was my teacher, well, my 7th grade teacher, and then she switched back to being the librarian. Okay, I wasn't friends with, yes, Miss Day, I am friends with you, but what I'm trying to say is,
I don't think she'll be listening.
well, if she is listening, I don't want it to make it sound like I was not her friend, because I was her friend. But it wasn't that, like, sad, lonely kid is only friends with the librarian story. Okay, no, it wasn't Kather. I had friends. You weren't even there, Maverick. You can't say anything.
But Gaither can.
It's not. He wasn't exclusively friends with the librarian.
He had like 2 other friends.
People have teachers that they like to talk to.
That's okay. I'm just saying. I was giving the audience a reference.
Anywho.
Okay, back to.
But I will say, theater did help me become more confident, I guess, so to say, because I hated speaking publicly. Like, during projects when we had, like, a book report, and you have to tell the class your report or whatever. I hated that. I loathed it. But theater helped me, I guess, enjoy public speaking.
Come out of your shell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I get it.
yeah. So, but also theater has changed my sense of humor a lot, and I think that's something everyone in the department can say.
Mhm.
So yeah, I really don't think I'd be the same person.
Interesting.
You know.
I gotcha. Maverick, do you feel like you would be different?
I
Less
mean,
different?
it's hard to say since like theater has been like part of my life for like such a long time, and like my brother did it or whatever. So I don't really know if I mean, I would probably say I wouldn't be the same if I wasn't in theater, but I don't know in what ways since it's so like
Since
since
the
it was-
idea
since it
is
was
so foreign. to
Yeah,
you.
I couldn't comprehend a non-theater Maverick.
Totally. No, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Kather?
Oh no, Kather wouldn't be the same. Kather is awkward outside of theater. He goes
You know,
and then,
Titus does the same
Well,
thing.
yeah. So I mean, Kather and Titus probably wouldn't be friends.
Well, no, we
you
no,
hated me.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, you hated me until theater.
That is funny.
So we wouldn't be friends. I would still be weird and awkward, and I wouldn't like to come do this podcast.
Corona cast.
Coronacast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So I think your common consensus is,
no, we would be a different.
but I think
There's a
that's with
dead-
anything that people are
Kather
like.
just swatted at a fly. And
Yeah.
it's still
He's bad at it.
Oh, there's Nova. She likes to come in here.
But
Never mind. I'm not gonna get the fly.
You can.
I don't think anyone would be the same if they didn't do like their
Oh, I
thing
got it.
in high school. Like, if like, well, because like theater is such like what we do in high school. There's some people that like do a sport or they do art or they do band, and I don't think
Yeah.
anyone would be the same if they didn't do their respective
Mhm.
thing.
That's fair.
Very true.
I feel like I'm gonna go against that argument.
Oh.
I feel like if I didn't do theater, I would still be the same person as I am now, but it would take me more time to develop as a person, to become
To get where you are
to
now.
get where I am, or to get where I am now.
Mhm.
It would take me more time if I didn't do theater, because theater is always pushing you to step out of your comfort zone, you know, go do that thing, go, you know, play that role and get up on stage in front of all of those people. So it's just, it gave me like that boost
Yeah.
that I needed to kind of, like I said earlier, come out of my shell,
Yeah.
and to be more open about myself.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. This is kind of off topic from the theater
Motif?
stories. Yeah. But
Thank you.
I'd like to move on to something else. We only have a couple minutes left, and I'd like to take it outside. So we've all been kind of cooped up in our homes for a long time now, and you know everyone that's listening has been as well. But I'd like to kind of talk about the outdoors. You know, what's everyone's favorite outdoor activity that you've been kind of missing?
I actually, well, I mean, technically one of them I can do at my house, and I'm just lazy and I don't do it. But ones I can't do is like I like to go kayak or whatever. And
Yes. Yeah.
So that's something I haven't been able to do. But I also like to go climbing, even though climbing isn't technically, because I go climb, but in an indoor climbing gym. But so,
But it's like going out.
yeah.
You know.
But that's something that's like technically could be an outdoor activity that I've been missing during this time because you know it's closed and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Kather, do you have that one activity that you've wanted to do?
Agree with Maverick. I love kayaking. I love climbing. Hiking is a good one, and it's really more about being outside. And I remember with Maverick we were in Alaska. Oh, and man,
Oh, we love
went
that one.
kayaking
In the sea, in the ocean,
and the glacier
Yeah.
collapsed because they were so close,
and they're so loud,
so loud, and so
like a
but-
cannon.
and it was so moist and it was
And
raining.
cold.
But
Inside it's
It's also Alaska,
yeah,
so.
but it's so great, and I love canoeing, kayaking. Water sports is really a great thing that I really like doing.
I got you.
Titus, do you go outside?
Yeah, I go.
You don't have to worry about being burned
Why is
like
that?
I do.
Anyway, let's.
That was just an inside joke because he always says I have pale skin because I'm a ginger and I burn easily because of the sun, and he's not wrong. That's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Titus, do you have that outdoor activity that if you don't have anything to mind?
Oh, no,
I-
no, 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 no.
Oh no, he don't.
Oh, he does.
My outdoor activity that I just love to do.
Jumping.
Oh, I love to jump. Jumping is my hobby. Whenever the sun is nice and outside, I take that time to go out and at least do one jump, as high as I can go.
One jump a day. You got to do a jump a day.
But no,
I would encourage the listeners to get up and do one jump in honor of
Actually,
Titus's
I think
graduation.
two.
Yes,
jumps?
Yeah.
2 jumps.
So for your 2 hours of jumping a day.
Right,
2
right,
hours of
exactly.
jumping?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
this
2
is
hours
all in
straight
honor
jumping.
of the 2020 graduating class.
Yeah,
You need to
yeah.
get
Do
up
two
two
jump-
jumps
yeah.
for 2020.
You
Yeah.
really need the feeling of feeling appreciated these times.
Or
We
unless
wanna
you wanna
feel
do
the earth
2020
shake.
jumps.
The ground
will
will shake. That's an inside joke.
Yeah, you guys don't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's a real outdoor.
Yeah,
activity.
yeah.
Well, I really like to look at the stars at night. You can't do that inside. Well, you could from a window.
It's not as fun.
Can't you still do that now? Because you can still go outside of your yard.
Did we say we can't do that?
Well, we're talking about like
We're just talking about like
things-
quarantine, like being stuck inside. Like, what's that one thing that you want to go out and do? You know?
Wait.
So it doesn't have to be technically outside. So it's something you missed.
I
like
thought
you
we were
can't
talking
go
about
to.
outside things.
Well, we were, but it doesn't have to.
Wait. what's
Just
the-
go for
Just-
it.
Okay, we've been cooped up in our houses forever. Yes.
Yes.
What's that one thing outside that you would like to do?
Oh, okay. Nope. Nothing. Got
You
nothing.
don't really have that like.
I don't know. I
one
probably
thing.
do. Let me think.
Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah.
I haven't. I mean, I already haven't done this for a while, but a couple years ago, I went to a trip to Colorado, and we went hiking in the mountains, and I thought it was awesome. I hadn't really gone hiking all that much at the time, so that was like my first like big hiking excursion. And I thought,
How far did you hike?
I mean, I don't know the exact
Okay.
But never
feet
mind.
that we walked, but
Well,
but we were hiking for a good 15-20 minutes. We got rained out because it started to storm pretty bad and we had to turn back around. But that one hike, it really felt, it was a lot of fun, just like being able to walk up a mountain range when it's really quiet, and you can hear like birds chirping, and you can hear like water running. Thank you.
Water running.
You can hear it.
I'm out of water.
You can hear. Oh, jeez. Anyway, and I had like a video. Oh, sorry. I had a video of like a stream that I saw when I walked by, and just the sound of there is nothing going on out there. Like there's no human activity. The only thing we were doing was just walking, and it was so like serene and calm. And ever since then, I've wanted to go hiking, and I don't know. Thank you.
That's the stream.
Yeah,
That's
we're
the
setting
stream.
the scene
It's
for
an
you.
almost empty water.
going,
bottle.
keep going,
Okay,
keep
so
We need to stop.
so I never like I didn't really get many opportunities to hike after that. I could have done it when I was when I'm back home here in Texas, but there's not really like a lot to
And
see.
it's hot.
When it also does get really hot.
Oh
so
yeah, it is Texas.
but I really want to go out and hike again because I really miss that. Yeah, Titus, did you come up with anything?
Nope, nothing.
You still don't-
hates the outdoors.
Not true.
You just can't think of that one thing.
Yeah, just can't think of it, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Of course. Yeah, of course. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time that we really have today. Thank you so much for listening. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming back. Like I said at the beginning, I'm very glad to be back here and be recording our second episode, and I look forward to many more. And
What are you doing?
what are you guys? They're doing weird
Corona
things with their
cast.
hands and-
It's a party up in here.
It's the outro.
This
It's
is
the outro.
So thank you guys so much for coming, and hopefully we can see you in the next episode. See you later.
Bye.